Hello folks, Mink back with more LA Noire. Last time we actually had a more smooth case, at least compared to the two before it, when we solved the murder of Antonia Maldonado, where we suspected her husband, who was a violent man, I guess. But instead we charged the fruit market clerk, and probably owner, because we found the bloody scalpel and the jewelry box that had her charm bracelet in it. But hey, is what it is. But us and, I guess, Phelps thinks that all these cases are connected to the Dahlia. But it is what it is, I guess. So let's see what we got next. It was nice not seeing a replay at the top.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do at that. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
We'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads.
How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show?
Who the fuck is a Shadow?
Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. You never hear the bastard coming.
You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Okay.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45.
Well, anyway. Let's put on our blue suit again. I guess that seems to be the default for this desk.
A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send there.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
You parked out there, or are you parked out this way? This is the only one that has an exit sign, I gotta say. That led to my initial confusion.
You know you make it. Greetings from sunny California. When's it gonna stop? First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
I mean, that's fair enough, but when it's wrong, who knows?
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body? Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Huh. Interesting.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
No ring either on this one. And again, I guess she wasn't wearing one.
Find anything interesting?
I guess we can't look at the what looks like a shoe print. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa.
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Was he? What's this? Money.
Don't think this is anything.
Dude, it's a free $5. Alright.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Okay, so I guess we're done. Right? Yep. Hello?
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Okay.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
I mean, alright. Seems fair enough.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Uh-huh. Anyway, back to what I was doing.
Phelps, 1247.
How can Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think we should go investigate the laundry service first.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed? No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written onto them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
I think the fact that she's clothed is the bigger difference. All right.
At least the rain stopped. We can change back into those white bucks now.
Hello.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
But you're not pressing them.
You wrote the number down on that dress. Is it there?
Okay. F1363. At least they're in numerical order.
Mrs. T. Terrelson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
No, thank you. Okay. Oh, this place cleared out quick.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Before we go to the hobo camp, I think it would be best to go to the victim's residence. In my opinion.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Rusty's razor. You know, I wouldn't use a rusty razor, but that's just me. Just saying. Oh, hello. You see that light up over there? I did. Look at that, there's a light pointing right at it. Like saying, hey, look at me.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Oh yeah, but that's a coincidence, Cole. Anyway.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news.
Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Terrelson?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Terrelson, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrelson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Terrell?
Okay.
Some bunk says filling out a missing persons report actually rules him out as a suspect.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Good question.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Incidental.
I don't even think it's incidental. Cool. Children's room. Okay, we saw that already.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Fair enough. Wasn't expecting a different answer, honestly.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Oop.
No good to me.
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
So she went out without her handbag? She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
True.
At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Different brand, too. Okay. Oh, hello. Whoa.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought that was blood. That's just a reflection. Okay. Yeah, I know. Come on, Rusty.
We could see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
And of course they're size 8s. Everybody in this city wears size 8s. Alright. This place is small enough. I think we're done. Where's your phone, buddy? There it is. Alright.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks, ma'am.
All right.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
All right.
If you have more questions, I'd rather get this over with now.
Yep. Me too. I wanted to review evidence. All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Fair enough. All right.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Whoa. Only 17.9 choose to correct. Oh man. Cause see, I want to do truth. But there's a part of me that's doubting that. And if I remove an answer, I know it's going to take out lie. Oh. 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 That also got rid of... Huh. How did this conversation go again? Is there a way to... How do you know that? There it is. Okay. Okay. Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife? No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her. I don't know.
So you don't know anyone
Really?
who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
Really? That was a good poker face, man.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
See? Now this is a bad poker face.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Barron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Not looking very confident there.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
Oh.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
You see, now if these questions were in a different order, like if that possible suspects question was after this one, see then, but leading with that, I don't know, that threw me off.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Dude. I'm getting it now. When this guy lies, he puts on a serious poker face. Look at that. Look at that.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
Boots. There they are.
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life. Sounds like the Terrellson broad had her last drink at Barron's Bar. We should check the place out.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true. You drive.
Okay.
We need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Still gonna say we go to the bar.
That's the cop from the newspapers.
You're behind the wheel.
There we go. Didn't want to get in for whatever reason. Also, nothing to talk about. All right.
When the hell is the food gonna arrive already? Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Okay. Hopefully this one goes better.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
Seems all right enough.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
Goddamn Bruins are having a season of hell.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
And you just kind of keep this around. I mean, okay. Hey, we can question about her hobo.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
You seem unsure of yourself, gotta say.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Okay.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Well, other than the odd scratching, you are now back to a... Let's just say I'll believe you.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
And she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Bluff. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates?
That's him.
Oh, God.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Boy,
Go, Phelps, get after him. Come on, we got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands. I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Holy crap, this guy's being really destructive.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Yeah. Working on it.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
Working on it, Rusty.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Put your hands in the air.
Okay.
You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Well, no, but you're making it harder.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Not looking very confident there, man.
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Again, man. Not looking very confident.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Okay. Why do we need to use the phone? But I guess we're using the phone. Okay. Yeah.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thanks for your help.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
All right.
What do you think?
Teresa's trail leads right to this cabbie's back seat, Phelps. We need to find it.
That's a feature I didn't use all that much.
Or are you just cracked?
Or haven't used all that much, I guess.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
I guess we're going to interview our sailor. Even though you just said to hunt down the cabbie.
I don't need this.
Okay.
I think we bust in there and find the goddamn.
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Door's wide open.
I've been in this job 20 years.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay. First of all, what do we have? Nothing really for this guy. Maybe the cab, maybe. Alright.
You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Let's just say I doubt it.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Alright, how about your fight?
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
And not you, Mr. I'm gonna look suspicious.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup.
Yeah.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Guy gave his wife a cat. I said, "Oh,
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1.
What? I'll drive. What the heck?
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Terrelson picked up?
11K, roger.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station, now heading west on 7th Street.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
I'm gonna go after the cab.
Where's that cab got to now?
Any central unit, car 16 Adam reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope, the Methodist Church. Unit to handle code 2 identify.
11K, further on your APB on yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer. KGPL clear.
All right.
Car 11K, your suspect vehicle, yellow cab 3591, sighted at 6th and Valencia.
You see our taxi anywhere?
If I did, Rusty, we wouldn't be in this predicament right now.
Car 11K, yellow cab 3591, was just seen leaving Dewey's Car Sales, driving north on Union Drive. KGPL.
The search continues.
Patrolman reports yellow cab 3591 at Loma and Union Drive, headed northeast.
He's moving.
Oh, hey.
3591, that's him there, Phelps. Hit the siren.
Well,
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
All units, officer needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
all right. I don't want to go to the hobo camp. But I guess we're going to the hobo camp. Because didn't we say we would go back after the driver? Who knows? Alright. Whoa. Also, why am I driving to this? I don't know. But I guess that's where we are right now. Okay.
LAPD! We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far. I need you to stay copacetic here, Phelps. We need to hold out till the cavalry arrive.
How do we do that?
Like this.
Down, Phelps. If you want your rightful share, we need to fight for it.
Really? Okay. No, and you can't skip.
If you want your rightful
Killing make you
share,
feel powerful.
we need...
Okay, that went better.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Newspaper.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts. And they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying. And that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
You know, I like this Kelso guy. I agree with him. He should have been the main character. Alright.
Maybe. No.
Oh, we don't care that he was in the war? Okay.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
Yeah, but it's also right next to a window. It's like all this stuff is always planted next to a window.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Okay.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted? Slow down! How's that just been paid look about him?
And now all of a sudden they don't want to fight. Fair enough.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Hey, maybe we can follow up on Jessup.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out.
Does it?
Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession, and we can charge the bum with murder.
Well, I guess it does. Cab driver. And the dance ticket. Fair enough.
We're going this way.
Oil comes from olives. Where does baby oil?
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Kind of, yeah.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Really?
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
Well, that was disturbing.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
A bus driver? What bus driver?
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Ugh.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Huh. You see, what bus driver? I was never even told about a bus driver. 4 stars. Well, that means we have some cleaning up to do. So, alright. And I'm going to assume it has to do with me having a partner drive everywhere. Because like when we stopped at Cabby on the way to Hobo Camp, and then they were like, hey, I think we should just go to the Hobo Camp. Even though we told the sailor, Jessup, that we would be back after we talked to the driver. But there was no option to go back. So, alright. I'll see you when I get to the cleanup, I guess. Alright, so first things first, we're back here at the, I forget the guy's name, where I got that one question wrong. And we're gonna see...
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
We are gonna see if I can get it right. If I remember, it's this first one.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
And we know it's not truth, because that was wrong. Doubt got removed when I used intuition, which means it has to be lie.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Now, to be fair, how do they expect you to get this question until you accuse them of lying? Because now we can tie the rope to the strangles, to the strangulation. Before that point, there was no hint at all. So, okay, I stand. How were you supposed to get that? I don't know. Anyway.
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow line from your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
And there's that. So, I will be back when I get to the next thing I missed. Alright, so here in the interview with Jessup, I talked to the cab driver first before getting here. I did my own driving, and after answering that first question, 2 more popped up. So, I figured I would point that out, but since I'm here recording, I guess we'll continue the interview.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
We already know this is doubt.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup.
So these are new.
Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab and I caught a bus back to the base.
Not looking entirely honest there. You're holding yourself confidently, but your eyes, not so much.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
Okay.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
That's not how I'd put it.
Oh, man.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
See, this is all new now. So you know what? I think I'll just keep recording.
Where exactly are we going?
Bus depot.
Three suspects in the can and one on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Carrollson picked up?
11K, roger.
American.
Oh. Okay.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Oh, I wish I could afford that. Whoa! Easy!
Oh my.
Need to run the loop.
Let me guess.
Okay, so I need to go I need to go counterclockwise. Because 1, 2, counterclockwise, I should run into him.
You're a real asshole. You know that?
All right.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
All-American 7-4. Let's go get him.
Yeah. Hey, they laid out a nice red line on our map, I see. Cola King. Actually, I am just going to drive around. Counterclockwise, need to turn around. Whoa, buddy. Alright.
This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
I don't know, Rusty. We kind of just got started. There's nothing to be bored about yet.
Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. You just give me a nudge if you see him, all right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife, Phelps.
Oh, Rusty.
Well, that was disturbing. Hey.
There's the bus, Cole. Turn on the siren and pull her over.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked? There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD. We're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Well then. Alright.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers and left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
And that's that then, I guess. So here in the hobo camp, after investigating, on my walk back, I noticed it's a little bit more empty than usual. So I'm assuming our backup arrived and took them all. I'm guessing. I honestly don't know, but that's the only thing I can come up with. Anyway, just an interesting observation. So here in the interview with Ackerman, we have a third question for reasons. I honestly don't know why it wasn't there the first time, because I don't think anything we did before would have canceled out us asking for his alibi. I don't know. A little confused.
What are you staring at, boy?
I'm not staring at nothing. Well, I guess I'm staring at my book.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
Alright, here is the new question where we get to ask him about his alibi. So,
where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
I mean, really? I'm assuming we have to point to the evidence that we found, so I'll just go do that.
You were up on the hill. You were seen during the day. We have a witness. We have evidence. Come clean with me, Ackerman, and I'll see what I can do for you.
I despise your pity. You have nothing that links me to this woman.
That is not true. I wonder if we could use the rope, but the purse, I think, is the stronger link.
We have you cold, Ackerman. Her purse and the ballroom ticket were in your lean-to. Tell us why you did it.
I kill because people need killing. It's what I was trained to do.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
And... hey, 5 stars. An early visit to the hobo camp might have offered a lead. Really? That's interesting. Maybe that's the clue I missed too. But I do not plan on replaying this again to find out. But yeah. I'm content now with the 5. So I hope you're enjoying the run so far. I am enjoying this. And until next time, this is Mink. Goodbye.